Peace. So this video today is, I have actually my notes here. This is where I always put like my notes and my thoughts. But today I wanted to discuss, let's go with looking at people as energy sources, depending on where you want to shift in your life. All right. Everything that you see is collective energy. The people that you hang around are a reflection of yourself in collective energy. They're all vibrating on the same frequency when it comes to ideas, things that you want to do, things that you guys are interested in. There's familiarity. And so that is what we tend to gravitate towards, right? Especially when it's comfortable. Me, when I do van life, or when I was doing van life full time, I was in a collective space of energy of people that were living the same life, and then I met friends according to my van life experience. When I was in Atlanta and enjoyed the cigar community, right? Getting dressed up and looking sexy and smoking a cigar, that was my Atlanta days. That was a collective state of energy. Now my new thing is wanting to be around people that make more money than me. All right. And the reason why I say this is because there is a certain level of yourself that you must get into, and you have to go where it already is. Sure, you can spend endless days looking at YouTube videos, reading books, doing all of that. That is a source of an energy pocket to condition the mind into a new space, right? However, the fastest way to get yourself into a higher state of being when it comes to where you see yourself in this reality, in this game, in the simulation that we're playing, is go to the pocket of energy that already exists. Stop worrying about the people that are there. Stop viewing them as them being better than you. Stop thinking, what if? Stop self-sabotaging yourself. Know that in order to get anything to run full force with power is a collective state of energy. All right. Those that are in high societies, those that are trillionaires, use this to their advantage. All right. They use other people's money. They get people in politics. They get other people to so-called vote for them, even though I feel that's already a gimmick. But however, just using that as an example, it's a collective state of conscious energy. So now my thing is, for myself, is I know that in my childhood, now listen, there's nothing wrong with going back to your childhood to see where you've been conditioned, that is still being a part of this human experience and this adult experience of yours, okay? But when you sit there and you begin to waddle, is that a word? Waddle is more of like a walk. But when you sit there and begin to feel sorry for yourself, all right, and you use that as an excuse to self-sabotage your life, then you don't want to use your childhood and your past about that, all right? We're not using our childhood and our past to sit there and talk about our sorrows. Fuck the sorrows, all right? We are above that. It was an experience. Now you get to choose on how you want to use that. It's either going to be a stumbling block or a stepping stone. And in my life, it's always a stepping stone. In my childhood, in my household, I could always remember money doesn't grow on trees. My dad always bitching and complaining that he's like, what are you, a swimmer? Whenever I'm taking showers, because he was always worried about the freaking water bill. You know, it was a very, they had the money, but they also lived in a very lack mentality, all right? And in my adulthood, I see myself doing that. If I do this, am I gonna have enough? Let me turn off all of the lights and only use candles so I can save electricity, even though it's still a vibe, it's still an ambiance, right? However, it's still that part of me is still me today. And I've observed this of myself. So now I have to sit back and be What do we need to do in order to get into a new state of currency? All right. So we're talking about money here because I'm a Capricorn. I love money. I think anybody loves money. But Cappies, we have a drive. We'll do multiple things in order to get money. That's how we're formed and fashioned. All right. So I sit back and I'm like, self, what could we get into that is going to be energetic, an energetic force in order to up the money game? All right. As I was saying, money is stated to be currency. What is currency? Currency is a current. Money flows. Money is like water. All right. Which equates to energy. The amount of money that we currently are, because it's not about getting money, it's about being the vibration of the amount of money. You get this? Because we're money already, because we're currency. We're a current, we're energy, we flow. That's exactly what money is. All that paper shit ain't nothing. It's a feeling, it's a vibration. And most of our conditioning is determining the amount that we get to experience. So now for me, I like using energy. I like playing with energy, and I like manipulating energy. That's what being an alchemist is all about. Welcome to the Alchemy Priestess. So now I'm becoming my own experience, asking myself, what are ways in which I can place myself in order to be in that certain frequency, all right? I am an introvert. I do not like being around people. Sometimes, yes, I would rather take the longer road than have to be around humans. That's just me. However, that is a comfort zone, all right? We're getting out of comfort zones. We're getting into discipline. How can I discipline myself to be consistent in things that are going to get my reality to shift in the way that I desire it to shift? So I'm choosing now in my life to start networking, going to network events, all right? Even though I want to dibble dabble in energies, I also want to be very intentional with where I'm placing myself, right? I'm not placing myself in any friendship, relationship, family ships, loverships, unless it is a combination of reciprocity and also being very intentional, because this is my life and my life matters to me and my life is sacred. And so everything in my life has to be very intentional. And so so let me give you an example for myself. It's going to be different for everybody. I want to make more money. And this is not going to be about me having to get another job. This is not going to be me having to beg for a freaking, what do we call them? Beg for a, that's how much I don't even care about. I can't remember the word. Getting higher in a position, a promotion, all right? I don't care about that because I want to do this on an energetic level. And everything is about quality, not quantity, all right? Energy is about quality, not quantity. So being where people already are, right? In the networking vibes, whether it's billionaires, whether it's people that are getting there, whether it's people who are in stocks, whether it's people who are in crypto, whatever that energy field is where I want to go, because this is where people are making money. And I want to, one, educate myself, right? Educate yourself on it. But I want to be present in receiving it, which is in that energetic field. So for myself, I see this as a magnetic charge, right? When you realize that everything is magnetic and it's electromagnetic, you're in this field, you're in this space with all of these people that are in that same mind frame and same energy field in the space that you want to be in. That is the quickest way you are going to get to your desires. And also another quickest way is not self-sabotaging yourself and making excuses for one not going. How many people are going to be there? That's where my mind goes. I'm going to be surrounded by all of these people that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knowledgeable. Nobody cares. So you want to filter your experience through your perception. I'm going to make another video of this later on because I got to get to work. But filtering your experience, this is what I wrote down, by your perception. All right? Because what's happening, you have to recognize that your experience in this current reality that you are in is being filtered by your perception of your life. All right? We are in a quantum field with limitless possibilities, which I always use as an affirmation. I am an infinite being with limitless possibilities. And I keep hammering this into myself and you guys because we're always looking at things being limited. All right? We're always putting limits on things. But in the quantum field, there is infinite possibilities. All right? And we are infinite beings. Therefore, we are infinite beings with limitless possibilities. So the majority of us are sabotaging on purpose, but unconscious of it, right? Because we only are viewing life through a certain lens of perception. And when you begin to shift your perception and you begin to step out of your physical body and you begin to recognize the player that's being played, all right, and who you are and what you've been programmed as the player to do, then you can observe your actions and create a new response or create a new action. So anything that you begin to hear, this is why it's important to be an observer of oneself. Whenever you hear something that is always speaking lack, unworthiness, lack of self-love, and the list goes on and on and on, you know this and you know what it is for yourself. You have to immediately catch yourself and tell a different story. That is a program that is playing on automatic pilot. However, that automatic pilot was once a thought, an emotion, and a feeling. It just didn't show up. But you did it unconsciously, all right? Because you were a robot on automatic pilot. Now we're aware. And now that we're aware, we have the power to redesign and to reset and to renew our way of thinking, our way of perceiving, our state of consciousness. The more that you begin to do that, that is your only work. There is no other work that you need to do. Because within that work, it shifts your whole Metatron field. It shifts. The energy begins to vibrate, even though you can't see it. Your energy begins to shift and vibrates at a different frequency. And then so you begin to lead yourself into new experience, lead yourselves to new lovers, lead yourself to new friendships, lead yourself to new money, because now you have vibrated in a frequency that no longer can exist in the old you. This is why detachment, the law of detachment, is so important. Because if you're intentional with how you're living your life, you're intentional with your energy field, you're intentional with your state of consciousness, and you're disciplined in the way that you move every day, everything that was built from this old debris and this old frequency that you were in that no longer serves you cannot be brought into your new life. And when we hold on to those old things, we wonder why we experience chaos, and we wonder why things don't show up the way that we want them to, because you're holding shit on your shoulders, on your back, and you're trying to take things with you that are not meant to go with you. And you got to be okay with that. If people come and go, you got to be okay with that. If situations come and go, you got to be okay with that. If work comes and go, you got to be okay with that, because what's happening is you are setting a firmer foundation, and everything that you set on that foundation, on an energy field that you now don't even want to be a part of, has to crumble. You're literally, as a metaphor, lighting gasoline on an old you, getting a match or a lighter and setting it on fire. And now, while you're doing that, there's another foundation that is being created for you on the firmer grounds. All right? And now you're creating new building blocks. So you have to begin to perceive your life differently if you want to live a different reality. And then what was I? Okay, yeah. Just so I know, look at people as energy sources in order to go where you want to be. I'll figure out the name of this video when it comes to that. But that was the whole point of this video. Looking at people as energy sources according to the energy that you want to be. Go there. Be that. Breathe in that good ass prana, baby. Whatever it is that you desire for your life, go there because it is already created. It already exists. There's nothing more for you to do but to show up. You get this, right? Are you understanding this? We aren't manifesting anything. We're aligning ourselves to the frequency of that thing that already exists. You are not creating everything. We live in a quantum field where all exist. You just have to align yourself to that thing that you desire. And aligning yourself is becoming that frequency and going where that frequency already exists. I gotta love these downloads. So yeah, so that's my new jam right now. You know, I've become my own experiment when it comes to my life, and you guys have seen, those who've been with me for a while, even before I even started my YouTube channel and being consistent and disciplined with my YouTube channel, you've seen from where I was at, strolling through Georgia, living that great life, you know, going into van life, living that great life, and now I'm here living this great life, all in a matter of a short amount of time from van life to here to this apartment and the space that I'm currently in. And this was not by luck. This was not by chance. And this was not by anybody giving me anything. This was by me intentionally using my energy and piercing my light into that experience, and everything else that has to show up for me in order to get it shows up. And I will stand by this and I will live by this because those that are in my life full time know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And now I'm doing the same thing now when it comes to my app because I was feeling some type of way about it. And it's all about how I'm perceiving it. If I tell myself it's not getting done, it's taking too long, I was putting time limits on it. Like, girl, what are you rushing on? You're good. Relax. It's going to take care of itself. But I kept perceiving that it was taking too long. Why is it? And then it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. Now I have to change my thought patterns. I have to change my mind frame. And guess what? My mind frame on it now is that it's making me billions of dollars. People love my app. It's assisting many people in many ways. I'm able to take care of my family, my boys. So you have a choice on how you want to perceive your life. But the power is living in the end as the beginning. Remember that, all right? Living in the end as the beginning. As an example, I want to see myself making billions of dollars off of my app, and I am going to be making billions of dollars of my app. That is the feeling. It's not about my app. It's not about what I'm creating with the developers. It's about the feeling that I want when I get there. But get where? I already am that thing, right? So I have to live in the now. I have to perceive it as me already having it now. Delusion is also another part of creation. All right? That's what aligns you to your things, living delusional, and it's okay to be delusional. I live in Delulu all the time, and I fucking love it here. So, yeah, it's time for me to get out of here. But yes, thank you guys for being present. And I want to start doing lives. I'm thinking about doing lives once a week. So put in the comment section if you guys would like to be live with me, just talking about this, questions that you have. I'll be there, just being present with each other. So if you would love to see some of my lives, just, give me that little emoji that goes like this. And then, or put a black heart, and because you guys know my favorite color is black. into the comment section, and I will know that you guys want to go live, and I'll pick a day that I'm off of work to be able to do that, which will more than likely be on a Sunday. But yeah, I just really want to get into that space and really begin to get in touch with you guys. And, yeah, let's expand this, let's really expand this. And I think some people would love to be able to speak and, have me answer some questions. This is just my own life. This is my experience. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a guru. I'm not any of that. I'm just learning this just as much as everybody else is, and this is my life. And I am my own experiment. And, what I offer is just from what I've taught myself and what I've learned along the way, obviously. And my cat hair. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys for being present. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. When you do that, it just tells the algorithm that people are interested in my content, and I can get this message out even further to all of those that are looking for it. All right, so you guys are a part of this just as much as I'm a part of you and you guys being here. So thank you for that. And always in the comment section as well, one thing we're going to do in the comment section: would you like me to go live, and would you be present on Sundays? Put a heart emoji or my cute little peace emoji. And your affirmation: I am an infinite being with limitless possibilities. Everything that I desire in the quantum field already exists. Therefore, I am. I know it's a long one. I'm an infinite being with limitless possibilities. Everything in the quantum field already exists. Therefore, I am. All right? Love you. Peace.